Welcome. This is Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, and I bring you weekly, at least, drone footage of the Tesla Semi High Volume Factory, affectionately known as Giga Semi. And if you like this kind of content, keep coming back. And what we have here is a Sunday morning flight on November 30th. 2 days, couple 3 days after Thanksgiving. A little bit quiet here, even more quiet than a normal Sunday, but we will see a few interesting things, and we'll circumnavigate the factory as usual and focus in on any areas of interest. This is the north end of the building, if you're not familiar, and there's the American flag flying. You can see it's a moderately breezy day. I did wear a down parka to stay warm, and all of that, all of the crating material we see is evidence of what's happening, of all the work that's going on inside to build this high volume semi lines. If you're not familiar, those white bundles up against the building are Jayco paint shop equipment. Much of that has been installed, as you can see, on the roof, and they haven't seemed to make any progress on that, at least not up from the exterior. And here are the mini loading bays. A lot of them are blocked currently with connexes that are being used to facilitate the construction of the production lines. I always like to come over here and take a look. As you can see, the LFP factory must have the day off because this parking lot is usually chock full with people, Tesla employees parked and contractors parked here and then being shuttled down. There's the shuttle station right there, shuttled down to see the bird? See the bird going by? I thought that was interesting. And I'll try to stay current. I have had some feedback that a lot of times my commentary delays the actual video, and I am aware of that and I'll try to work on that. Anyway, no progress here at the mega chargers that I can see. Those utility supply cabinets are in place, and we're just waiting for delivery of the Tesla mega charger cabinets and chargers. And I expect to see them come pretty soon. I think with the number of Tesla semis that are in and around and operating here at Giga, Nevada, I probably saw 10 or 12 on a Sunday working, and at least that many parked. So here's the southeast end of the building, and the last video there was a lot more of these colorful crates, which are in fact production line equipment. I decided to include pictures from last week. Here's this right here, and this week, and give you a good idea of those areas around the orange. There was a bunch of blue crates around the orange there that have been brought in, and just a handful of equipment has been brought in since our last video. And I went back and forth to try to give you an idea, and also so I could see for myself. It seems like there's a whole lot less, but really if you compare, and you can always rewind and go back, you'll see that just a handful of stuff has been brought in. Steady progress though. Now we're going along the southern end of the building from east to west, and up to the main entrance. And again, we haven't seen a parking lot empty like this, even on a Sunday. This is clearly as a result of the Thanksgiving weekend, holiday weekend. They gave the workers a break, and contractors, many of which have flown in from other parts of the country to work on this project. I believe that excavator is working on drainage, stormwater management. That is the main entrance, the dark tinted glass in the middle of the picture. They've covered part of it. We noticed some glass was missing. That was fully installed, and I feel like something broke. And then it has been opened, and with the cold, they probably put that white material there to keep the cold air out. I imagine that if it's true that that glass broke, they're probably waiting on a supplier to redeliver the replacement pieces. One thing I didn't mention is the BFDs, the big freaking doors on the north side. I'll bring it up again when we get over there, but they were open when I arrived, but by the time I got the drone in the air, they had closed them. I do think that was just a coincidence. That retention pond has been full of water for quite a while. If you're not familiar, this is section G, the highest portion of the building, and it's the stamping section. Most of the stamping presses have been delivered, but we believe that there's one more still to be delivered. Coming up to the western perimeter, and we take a look, but not much has happened that I could see since our last flight about 9 days ago. Because it's a Sunday, I was able to lower the drone a little bit and try to take a look in that big door there. That's not one of the biggest doors, but it is a pretty big door. I'll switch lenses and zoom in here in a second. A lot of activity going on in there. To be a fly on the wall on the inside would be extremely interesting. I've been doing this for over 2 years, flying the drone here, all the way from when they first started cleared out the trailers, the warehouse on wheels, and they put in infrastructure, underground stormwater management, and utility connections. And now all of the action is on the inside. Here's where I go to the 9x zoom. Something in there that's covered. My video last week, 9 days ago, one of the viewers actually transferred it to a different software and was able to blow it up and actually see the stamping presses, which we have seen on occasion, but you can do a lot. Basically going from south to north and spot this Cybertruck. I zoomed in on it to see if it was one of the Tesla security Cybertrucks. As I mentioned in another post, Tesla is utilizing the Cybertruck in their operations. For security here in the last several months, I think they've replaced all of their silly Jeep pickup trucks. I had mentioned before that it was kind of weird to see them do that. And then on my travels last weekend for the holiday, I saw 2 Tesla Energy Cybertrucks driving down 395. And make no mistake about it, plenty of these Tesla semis, the Gen 1 Tesla semis, are being used. And this guy, I believe, is going to go over and get a flatbed. And we've seen in previous videos where they've loaded up that flatbed with the crating and pallets, and they take them over to be recycled. I end up following this Tesla semi. I've joked that it's like a squirrel, and then I end up following it. And in this case, I follow it along the western edge of the building, and then I do follow it all the way over to the pilot production line, and then I take a look at the LFP factory, but those are in separate videos. At the end of this video, I show you an image that Tesla has released of the refreshed Tesla Semi. Believe it's been shared based on some drive motor permits that were pulled for the Atlas program, and I believe the refresh code name is Atlas. I feel fairly confident of that. In any event, thank you for joining, and I'll continue to provide updates as long as they are helpful and as long as you, the viewer, enjoy watching them. Thanks, and see you next time.